Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to the channel. This is a process video for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers where we go to our Pinterest boards and use some type of pin that is on there. So there is the sketch that I am going to be using. It's from Janessa Franco from Papers Issues, and there is the gorgeous sketch that I am going to do kind of sort of the correct way. I am going to have to change it up just a little bit. I'm kind of moving things around, so I will explain it. Now, I have this sped up really fast because it took me an hour and some chump change to do this because of the amount of things I'm doing. So, I'm going to explain off camera. I got out my All-In Create die cuts and Sizzix die cuts. So the ones that you're seeing there, those are from Sizzix, and they are the double edgers from Vicky Boutin. What had happened is I needed to cut a middle piece out, and I used the other two pieces to do my top part, and that I do follow the same on top. And then this paper I am deciding to cut as 9.5 by 10, I think, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit less, but so that I can do that little light gray area piece that you see there. Now they put it down on the corner and I do, but I changed the sides. So this is where it starts to change. Now these are the photos of my before. So my craft room is technically a 10 by 14 bedroom in my house, and I turned it into my office for for My Scrappy Life, my brand, and I just had these little things, these three things that you are seeing right now in this moment. That is all I have. That's it. I didn't have a lot. I started out, doing all of this while we were traveling overseas and all of that, and honestly, the smaller the room, the less the stuff you have, right? Like and I'm completely fine with what it was. But now that I know I'm not leaving and I'm staying put, my husband's no longer in the military. We're no longer moving. Maybe have some TDYs here and there, that he's going to go on. I do travel for my other job, the exchange. Every once in a while, I'll travel to other locations. But for the most part, we're done. We're golden. So now I have purchased things that will work in my room, and now I'm turning it in. So if you've been following me on social media, you have seen the little bits that I have slowly turned it into, and then I am going to go from there. So now I was going to take out these stamp sets, and this stamp set is from All-In Create. It's called the Splatter Film. It's TP1334. And then the other die cut is All Create DI 117, and that was Stripped Splash. So I did a bunch of different things on here. I really wanted a grungy look because the collection that I am using here is Simple Stories for the Record. I am using this collection only for the before photos, and then the during, the after, like the during part of fixing up, and this part of my craft room is just the desk and like how I changed out the area and the way the area looks at the moment. Now, I have changed a bunch of things on my desk, but it stayed in the same location. So the way you see it with the next photos that I'm going to be doing the next couple of weeks here with these will be with that. So I wanted the film strip to kind of look like I made it go from top to bottom and put these big old photos in here. Then the photos, I wanted a grungy look to look underneath. So then I got out my Distress Oxide, and my Distress Oxides are Wild Honey and Crackling Fire. Wild Honey is the golden color. I am using the Distress Oxides here, and watch how I smear the Distress because I didn't wait for it to dry. I love the smeary goldy look that it gives because I didn't wait for it to dry, but it's all stayed there and it looks smeary and I love it. So there's my little tidbit of a grunge. And then I came in and wanted to make sure that the color tones of certain papers were with that yellowy gold of the wild honey. And then now I'm just kind of going from there. Now, I had to clean up my desk because it was really bad, full of ink, and my hands were full of ink. And then my husband called, so now I'm back. So now I am taking the die cut, the stripped splash that you're seeing here. I cut it in half. And while, yes, I know you can't really see it on camera, but in the still shots, you will be able to see it. And I just tucked it so that I had my two pieces. There's floral pieces in different locations, and I wanted to kind of, for the most part, achieve that. I do kind of change up where my title goes and all that. I do go off camera because this layout is so long, or this process video is so long for me. And plus, it probably didn't help that I was watching the US versus Belgium. And not Belgium. I can't remember what it was, because I've been watching between Australia, because that's my daughter's, one of my daughter's favorite team. Our all-time, we are Germans and Dutchland through and through, so that's our World Cup our team. We have been following them way before the U.S. ever even knew what soccer was. And so, yeah. And then, obviously we do follow the U.S. And then Kaylin absolutely loves Australia because it's the land down under. That's exactly the reason why she loves it. And that's the only reason, that, we have those three streaming nonstop in our house right now because of the World Cup. At the moment of this one, we were watching who was getting into the final 16. And so the U.S. was on, and I probably should not have been filming and doing this, and this probably would have never taken an hour and some chump change. However, in the grand scheme of things, it is what it is, and it took us this long. So I am now off camera. I went and grabbed all of my ephemera, and I do love this so much. And that's why I put this on there, because it's like my space. Like, it was my space. This is what I used all the way through, going from one location to another location to another location for the military. Like, my space, all of these little things I still have in my room. I just changed it up. The only thing I got rid of was that desk. But now my daughter has the desk. I figured love this so much, and 24/7 was perfect for this. I do put down in the corner the before, just so that in my Crafty, or not my Forever House album, that this is where this is going into. This is probably going to be the only collection, or the only layout that's not going to have a certain collection that I've been using for my house updates, just because this is my crafty space and I want it to what I want it. And so then I got this cup out because I thought this cup was really cool. And so this cup there's like a bunch of paper clips and all that I found. So I got the scissors, and then I'm going to add all these other little bits and bobs in there. But then these paper clips are going to come out of the coffee cup, because I take a coffee cup and I'm drinking out of one right now while I'm doing this voiceover in my room. I just was like, it's perfect to fit in that cup, because I use cups, typically for like my pens and stuff. But I did change it out. I've changed up things here and there. So now I'm just kind of going through and making sure I add all of these. And then I got these little pins out, and I added the pins. The scissors is up there in the corner. And then I was going to add these pins. The scissors do go there. I'm just getting that ready to go there. The pins do go, but not, I wanted them to go in, but I only was able to use a couple. And I'm sorry for my head. The way my filming is set up now, sometimes my head's going to be in there, but I don't care. Y'all can see it. It don't matter to me, because I love my setup, and I am definitely not changing it. I have definitely upgraded a bunch of my pieces, because I have really done my research and all that, and it is what it is. So now I did put a pin in that one, and I did put a little saying up there. I know in the sketch there this piece wasn't in there, but it is what it is. I am also going to make sure that I link all of my Pinterest, the playlist, all of that. I do know that Crystal over at Pineapple Papers have given prompts. I have started my layouts way before she gave out the prompts. So it is what it is. It's okay. I am not a prompt type person. I go with the flow. I find what I want and go from there. So then I do come in and I add down here, it says the before, and then I add the date, which was July 2024 is when I changed it out. So there's the still shots. I hope that you guys are all staying safe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
I feel this could be different if I was with you. If I was with you. 1 + 1 is always meant to